Namaste. In the last video, we were talking about the major parts of lesson plan, specific LOs, and at the same time, general objectives also should be there. But anyway, specific learning objectives, pedagogical strategies, what the strategy you are following, then what are the group activities, then which are the interdisciplinary engages, then infusion of life skill, creativity, communication, collaboration, like that. Then values, what are the values imparted, gender sensitivity. In this value imparted, you can take into account the sustainable development goals. Sustainable development goals also you can take into account, or separately you can write. Then gender sensitivity, then resources, assessment, feedback and remedial teaching, then inclusive practices. So, in the last video, I didn't tell about the SDGs. That is, according to NEP, the aim of the NEP, one important thing is the SDG 4. SDG 4 is quality and equal and quality education to all. It is a lifelong process. And here the UN has included 17 sustainable development goals. That goals should be attained while we are planning for a lesson, while we are teaching the children. The children should understand that we should save water, we should save soil, we should save life, underwater, like that. So that is important. And here let us move towards the lesson plan. Here, this lesson plan, I am focusing more on science. As the topic wise, it can be taken into account the social science also, because the topic I have taken is weather and climate. But before that, in science, what are all the things we should focus on, or as a lesson plan, what are the steps we have to go through, that also you can take it as a general for all subjects are concerned. So here, when we say about the science is concerned, the general objective is observe the physical and biological environment, then look for any meaningful patterns and relations, make and use new tools to interact with nature, then build conceptual models. So all these are related to scientific outlook, what the science student should see, students should understand. Then to understand world observations leads to following basic criteria of validity. What are the basic criteria? Is cognitive validity, content, process, language, pedagogical practices, age appropriate. Then content validity means convey correct scientific information, simplification of content. Yes, we have to convey the correct information without mistake. Scientific information is especially updated. One should be conveyed to the children. And simplification of content, as children are not in a position to understand, it should be simplified. Then process validity, generation and validation of scientific knowledge, and nurture the natural curiosity and creativity of the child in science. Then historical validity, enabling the learner to appreciate how the concepts of science evolve over time. Yes, what about the scientific improvement happening from years back or 100 years back? What about our transportation system, our communication system, our science and technology? Our science and technology, I meant regarding satellites are concerned. So child is understanding and appreciate how the concept of science evolve over time. Then environmental ability, the science we placed in the wider context of the learner environment in local and global level. Yes, regarding environmental ability, we have to be very keen about our environment, regarding pollution free, disaster free environment should be created. For that, all of us have to contribute to the nature. The nature is predominating our men. That is really, I really deliberately I didn't tell about that. Anyway, this juncture I have to say is tribute to all people. of Wayanad who lost their friends, relatives, and close ones, those who lost property, that one. To appreciate the issues at the interface of science, technology, and society is equipping him with the requisite knowledge of skills to enter into the world of work. Is how the defense forces constructed the Bailey Bridge shows how the science improved, how the science can make miracles within a short span of hours. Then ethical validity, curriculum promotes honesty, objectivity, cooperation, freedom from fear and prejudice, concern for life and preservation of the environment. Then upper primary level, learning principles of science through familiar experience, study the daily life experiments, working with hands to design simple technological cuts and modules, learn about environment and health through activities and surveys. Yes, so it is through the principle of learning principles of science through familiar experiences, working with hands, hands-on learning, technological know-how, using it, and learn about environment and health through activities and surveys. Then instructional objectives, observing familiar experiences, laws governing natural world, cognitive validity about weather and climate, content validity about convey significant and correct scientific information. Yes. So instructional objectives, cognitive validity and content validity. Yes. Here we have taken. What about the cognitive validity about weather and climate? And content validity here you have taken is to convey in the significant and correct science information regarding weather and climate. Yes. The same topic can be taken into social science also. And when social science is concerned, we talk about which place is a coldest one, which place is having the very hot climate. So place is related, it is related to geography. When how much is the temperature, how much is the rainfall, that regarding that quantity is related to mathematics. And when we say how it is measured, that is related to science. So pedagogical practices, that is why I told you the weather and climate, when you take that related to several subjects in science as well as social science, we can make the lesson plans. And the only the thing is that here is regarding social science, what is the general objective that is different from the general objectives of science. And in 142 video, I have done the lesson plan format. There, the general objective of social science you will get. Then here you can use several other concepts also here, pedagogical practices. I told you earlier, major parts of the lesson plan: experiential learning, experiment, survey, hands-on learning, competency-based learning, learning objectives, that way. So I'm telling you, whatever content I wrote, it is not from one particular document alone. I have went through the learning standards of science, learning outcomes of science, that is published by NCRT, and some other webinars also. So altogether, I am showing you and I am speaking here, and from there you collect it, you identify it and pick up, and if you find useful, you make use of it. The learner engages in acquiring the methods and process leads to generation validation of scientific knowledge. Yes. And nature curiosity about the observation is creativity, observation and experimentation. So here comes the learning, there comes as it comes the creativity. It is about the 21st century skill, the life skill come here, observation, experimentation come here, understanding weather and climate, differentiates phenomena based on the characteristics, so that I will explain. then explains the process and phenomena, analysis and interprets graph and figures, then applies learning concepts in daily life and solving problem using appropriate apparatus, instruments and devices, draws conclusion. So here, what about the course content? What about the weather? What is weather? The atmospheric condition for a shorter period is known as weather. Yes. What about the climate today? Yes, today's climate is hot climate. Yes, sunny day. Today we are having a sunny day. So you know that a sunny climate is so we are having a sunny climate. Sorry, not climate, that is weather. That is a shorter period. Whether it is a rainy day, that is a weather condition. So atmospheric condition for a shorter period is called weather. And average weather condition, suppose in a month about 25 days or 20 days it is having hot climate, then hot weather condition, we say that the average weather condition of that particular place hot. So like that for particular month, but for 12 months, about 10 months it is experiencing hot climate, extreme hot climate. We say that the climate of that country or climate of that particular place is hot. Suppose it is experiencing winter, about 8 months in an year, is experiencing cold climate, snowy days. We say that that climate is that country's climate is cool, or that climate with winter is predominating in that. So longer period is referred to climate, and for a shorter period, for a specific time, that is referred to weather. And how the weather, how we will calculate the temperature. There example, temperature and rainfall. What is today's weather? A sunny day. What is the climate of Jammu and Kashmir? Cold climate. Temperature, humidity, rainfall, wind. Temperature, humidity, rainfall, wind, speed, etc. are elements of weather. Yes. Then here comes the going beyond the textbook. Yes. So, yes. Regarding going beyond, why we are going beyond the textbook, we are taking into account. The reason is that here, according to the new curriculum, one subject is related to another subject, and that subject is related to next subject. So there is a interdisciplinary or interlinkages are there, and it is moving outside the context, outside the textbook, so it will lead to the real life situation. Yes. Then going beyond the textbook, what about the, yes, here I have taken the diameter of sun. Yes, sun's name G2V star, 1.39 million kilometer, and about 109 times that of Earth. 1 million Earth could fit inside. So see the with the that is, we are going beyond. We are learning about the sun. We are learning about the climate. So sun is playing an important role. So you can go beyond that, and you can impart this knowledge to the children. Then what are the values imparted? Also you can see the interdisciplinary linkages related to resources, rain gauge, weather, thermometer. How rain gauge, it is related to physics. It is thermometer also related to physics. How it is made, it is related to chemistry, and whether it is related to science altogether, and as well as the social science also. So then 21st century skills are concerned: creativity, collaboration, technological skill, leadership, initiative, and productivity. So that is all regarding this video, and I will continue in the next.